Okay, I'm getting ready to gather up the last things to head over to Amy's to finish up her yard. We're going to load up and we are going to take off and wrap up this project. So what do we got? Okay, so here's a container that I have, because remember we have that urn over there. So I put in some red petunia, we have some zinnia, salvia, and alyssum, and a coleus. So, and I went ahead, I just reused this that I have, and I believe it will fit inside the urn. I need to gather up a few more flowers. So I've got some choice in here. I've got some choice here. I have lots of choice. I haven't been shopping. Or in there. So we're gonna get I'm gonna gather up a few more flowers and we'll figure out, because she has a pot that was sitting there. So we'll do that. I'm gonna get compost from my compost bin, some soil. We'll take that. And we have the daylilies will be pretty. So daylilies, mulch. So we're gonna load up the mulch, load up the daylilies, load up some compost from my compost pit. Maybe clean out some stuff from yesterday's project. You ready, Rylan?
Oh.
All right, I think we're all loaded. The van smells terrible like mulch. We got our flowers. We got other things behind me. So we're off. Let's finish this project. Okay, we're back over here. We're gonna try sticking in the flowers I planted at my house in the urn. Let's cross our fingers and hope that will just pop in easy. No, we need to prop it up a little bit. So, okay, so anyhow, we're back over here. Here's where the garden is. Everything's alive, so that's a good sign. Then there's the daylily I already put down, so we're gonna place them out and plant them in and put down the mulch. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show you our problem that we're well, first off, I put this pot in this urn and it was too low. So we put rocks in to boost it up, which is a good idea because we had all these rocks that we dug out of this spot. However, it looks crazy. We go lower, we go higher, it doesn't look right, it doesn't come to the edge. I am going to put more rocks in the bottom to take the place of soil, and I'm gonna unplant these all and I'm gonna replant them in here because I think that's just gonna look better in the end. So as you can see, life isn't perfect. It doesn't go smooth. All right, don't feel bad if you have to do this. The plants are gonna be just fine. So let's see if I can one-handed do this. So I'm just taking, because I just planted this last night to save myself time, which obviously didn't save me any time. And then I'm just plopping them down here. So don't stress out if you find yourself in the same situation. And this doesn't have much of a root ball because I rooted this myself. But okay, so there they all are sitting in the grass, emptied out, and then I'm gonna dump it into here, which we filled it with rocks, and I put some of my compost from my yard in there to help soak up some extra water and not fall through. Okay, pot number 2. So I started digging in here to pull out all the weeds. Luckily, I was using this to get these weeds, so I was loosening these weeds. And it's a ginormous, can you see it on video, fire ant nest. So, don't really want to stick my hand down in there. Since nothing is planted in this yet, and this soil is super old, like I don't think I'm really killing worm life and things like that, I just asked the kids to go boil their biggest pot of water. So we're gonna boil a pot of water, and then we are going to pour that in there and hopefully kill all the ants. Daylilies are soaking. While we wait for the water to boil, they're soaking in the galvanized bucket. I love my galvanized buckets. So handy, and that's on a daylily. That's some creeping Jenny right there that we're gonna use in the pot with the ants. So I dug that up out of my yard because it creeps and it starts rooting, so I have several going crazy in my front bed, so I just dug that up from there. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I missed filming pouring the boiling water on the fire ants. I think something about like, I don't know, getting bit by a bunch of fire ants and burnt by boiling water made me not think straight. But anyhow, we did one. I have the boys boil another one. I stuck it in this galvanized bucket so that as they were running out the other side, as they were running out of the pot and down the pot, we could go ahead and it would kill the ones that were down there. There were like a ton. I don't, probably 100 ants all swarming that. So we did pour some water. There are some, we did not kill them. Like, the homeowners may want to put ant kill down. They're not growing vegetables out here. And then there's a few trying to climb out of this pot on the edges and stuff. Okay, here we have the daylilies spread out. So I'm putting 3 on this side, and then I will place 3 down there. Dianthus, Dusty Miller is how it will go. So just try to space them before I put them in. Otherwise, I might have the spacing kind of wacky. Okay, we're like wrapping up. Other than waiting for that soil to cool down to plant. So I have that. But other than that, since we're waiting, I'm going to wrap up. So we have our fringe flower bush right here, fringe flower bush, which wasn't in the inspiration. But anyhow, I think it'll be pretty. And we have daylilies, Dianthus, Dusty Miller. And we just kind of repeat that down. I think in a month, like it's going to grow and I'm excited to come back in a month and see. And then we have down here, just for those anyone wants to know, those are the petunias. Those are sage. And that's the bougainvillea right there to climb up. So I took and put a few of its branches kind of behind the trellis. So hopefully it'll start climbing up that. And then down here we just did the daylilies. I think there's Stella de Oro, Dianthus, and Dusty Miller. And then so it's almost symmetrical, but not quite symmetrical. And I like it that way. So we have a zinnia right there. And then we put her little garden art back in that I found in her yard. So we have a little turtle and a grasshopper and then the urn up there. So that kind of makes a little trio together. And I think that works. And then we have a fence to keep the dogs out, which she says it's been working. So that's great. Her dogs haven't gone over the fence. We put down, just to recap, we put down cardboard, we put down the soil, we planted the stuff, and then we put a thick layer of mulch going across because that's going to cut down on watering and make life much easier, especially for someone who likes to look at flowers, but she doesn't necessarily like being outside and watering flowers as much as I do. So I gave her a thick mulch, so hopefully she won't have to water very often. All right, I'm happy. She's really happy. So I think it's a success.